Today we're going to work on the Saylor math book, so get that out please, and open up to page 330. 330. We're going to work on the word problems together. Okay, we're going to be using this chart on page 330, school supply. It says, a school store ordered 640 pencils, 730 pens, 510 erasers, and 450 glue sticks. Fill in the missing numbers in the table. Okay, how many pens? It was 730. And how many glue sticks? There were 450. So you should fill out your chart like this in your workbook. Okay, number 2, using the chart, did the school store order more erasers or glue sticks? So if we look at erasers, it was 510 and glue sticks 450, and 510 is larger than 450, so they ordered more erasers. Okay, number 3. Did the school store order fewer pencils or pens? So we're going to look at pencils and pens, and which number is less? 640, so pencils. We're going to write on line number 3. Okay. What is the order of the school supplies from least to greatest numbered ordered? Okay, from the least number is, yes, 450. So we're going to write 450, comma. The next number would be 510. Then what? 640. And the greatest number is 730. Now, to do down below, write about it. Jonah's family drove 325 miles on Thursday, 202 miles on Friday, and 411 miles on Saturday. He made this table to show the information. What did Jonah do wrong? Explain what he needs to do to fix the table before he can fill it in. He has how many days? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but he only has 2 rows. So he would have to add another row for days and miles so he can fill in the information. Then he would get on Thursday, you can write my marker is bad, just like in school. Thursday, and Thursday was 325. On Friday, we're going to write Friday, you can do the abbreviation, is 202, and Saturday is 411. So he would have to add another row for the day in miles to fill in the blanks. So you would write, he would add another row to his table. Okay. Now, we're going to skip page 331 because there's nothing really to do on that page. So we're going to go right to 332. It says, a group of second grade students voted for their favorite season. 21 chose fall, 27 chose winter, and 12 chose spring, and 45 chose summer. Fill in the missing information on the table. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to fill in the chart. Okay, for 21, it says chose fall, So you're going to write fall here. And then next to spring, if you look out here, it says 12 chose spring. So we're going to write 12 next to spring. And the last one was 45 chose summer. So that's how you should have filled in the chart. Now, what season do the least number of students chose? So if we look at the least chose what? Spring. So you're going to write spring. Which season did the greatest number of students choose? The greatest number of students chose. Go ahead and write your answer. Which one did they choose the most, the greatest amount? Yes, it was summer. Which season had more votes, fall or winter? We have 21 and winter has 27. So winter received the most votes, and I know this because winter has the greatest number because 27 is greater than 21. Okay? Go ahead and I'll wait a couple of minutes that you can get that in. Okay, write the seasons in order from least to the greatest. So the least was spring because it had 12, and then it goes to fall because it had 21, and then winter, which had 27, and then of course summer is the greatest. And how can I use the table? I look at the numbers of votes and put the numbers in order from least to the greatest. Okay, I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that before we work on page 333. Okay, let me just erase my sheet here, and I'm going to move this to the next page. Okay, let's see if you can see it. Okay, a farmer picked 328 beans, 387 carrots, and 321 peppers. Fill in the missing information in the table. I'm going to give you a couple of moments to fill in the table by yourself by using this information. Okay, it says a farmer picked 328 beans. So I'm going to write beans here. Okay, then I have the carrots, and then peppers will be my other vegetables. And then I know they did 387 carrots and 321 peppers. This is using the chart. I have vegetables and number of picked. Now, did the farmer pick more beans or peppers? So I'm looking at beans and peppers. My beans has 328. My peppers had 321. I know 328 is larger than 321, so they picked more beans. So then I'm going to write beans on the line. Number 3. What vegetable did the farmer pick the least number of? Go ahead and look at the chart. Which one has the least number? Yes, 321. So it was, yes, peppers. What is the order of the vegetables from greatest to least number picked? Okay, from the greatest, so the greatest number was carrots. Then it goes to beans because 328 is next. And then the least number is on 321, so peppers was the last one picked. Okay. Amy skipped count by 5 from 400 to 500. Jana skipped counts from 10 from 400 to 500. What numbers did both girls say? Okay. They both would say 400. Now, if Amy said the next one be 405, but would Gianna say 405? No, she would have said 410, and Amy would have said, why don't we first do Amy? We could say she did 400, 405, 410, 415, 420, 425. And if you notice a pattern, every other one is 5. Let's try Gianna. 400, 410, 420. So we know that both, the only one that Gianna is not going to say anything that has the 5 in the ones. So we know it goes 400, 410, 420, 430, 440, 450, 460, 470, 480, 490, and then 500. Gianna would not have said anything that had a 5 in it, because when you count by tens, all your numbers end in what? Yes, 0. If you counting by 5s, you're going to either have a 0 or 5 in your ones column. Okay, I'll give you a couple moments to copy those numbers down if you didn't get to do so. Okay. Now I'm going to switch the page. This one's very similar. A toy store sold 739 cans, 753 robots, 732 dolls, and 758 games. Fill in the missing information in the table. I'm going to give you a couple moments to do that by yourself. Okay, and I'll wait for you. Okay, let's look at this. A toy store sells 739 cars. I don't have anything for cars, so I'm going to write cars on here. I have the robots. I don't have dolls, so I'm going to write dolls. So I'm going to go back now. I have 739 cars. It said I had 753 robots. Dolls, I had 732. In games, I had 758. So now doing number 7, let's look at it. Did the toy store sell fewer cars or robots? If I look at cars and robot, which number is less? Yes, 739. So cars is what was sold the least of. List the toys from least to the greatest number. It says list the toys, not the numbers, from the least to the greatest. So the least one is dolls. Okay, what do you think the next one is? Yes, cars. Okay. The next one is, yes, robots. And the greatest number was games. Go ahead and write those down if you didn't already. Emily is thinking of a number. She says the value of the 100 digit is 800. The digit of the one place is greater than 3, but less than 5. The sum of the 3 digit is 13. What is Emily's number? Okay, let's think about it. We know it's going to have an 8 in the 100, so we know that 8 for sure. The value of the digit in the ones place is greater than 3, but less than 5. So it has to be greater than 3, but less than 5. So what number's in the middle? 4. So we know that the ones column is 4. The sum of all 3 digits is 13. So we have 8 plus 4 is 12. How many more do we have to add to 13 to get to 13? Just 1. So the value of the tens is 1. So the number is 814. Let's review that again. The value of the 100 digit is 8. So we know that the 8 is going to go in the hundreds column. The digit in the ones place is greater than 3, but less than 5. So we have greater than 3, less than 5, and what number's in between? 4. So that is the ones value, because it says the ones, the digits in the ones. The sum of the 3 digits. We have 1, we don't know this one yet, plus this one. So 8 plus what plus 4 gives us 13. 8 plus 4 is 12. How many more do we have to add to 13 is 1. So that one is 1. Okay, write about it. Write the greatest possible 3-digit number using the digits 5, 3, and 6. Explain your reasoning. Okay, if I'm going to make the largest, greatest number, I know that 6 is the largest digit, so it has to go in the hundreds. Then I'm going to look at the tens column. I'm going to have to use a 5 or a 3 because 5 is going to be greater than 3. I'm going to put the 5 there. And then, of course, the ones is 3. So I can do this by looking at the greatest value of the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. So I place the largest number in the hundreds. The next largest number in the tens, and the least number in the ones. Okay, I'm going to let you have a little moment to copy that before I close out the video. And I hope that you have all of 7, 8 completed, all the workbook pages. And now you should be completing your simple solution, lesson number 94. And then please work on Rocket Math. Goodbye for now.